Hi, it's Vince McConnell with McConnell Athletics. Today I'm going to demonstrate a shoulder activation, scapular activation routine that we use here at McConnell Athletics, utilizing these very versatile SuperFlex FT bands. It's a three-phase program. I'm going to demonstrate a few reps of each exercise in phase one, and then we'll come back and do phase two and phase three. First exercise we're going to utilize the number 3 FT band. We're going to do a band pull apart. Most times when people do band pull aparts, they tend to do these in a way that doesn't benefit them as much as it could by compensating in the lower back. To eliminate that, I prefer to do these in a bent over position. We're going to double up the resistance band or the FT band so that we have all 4 strands, one in each hand. We're going to bend over approximately 90 degrees, close to parallel, arms extended. We're going to pull the band apart, hold for a 1-2 count each time. I'm going to do just a few repetitions here, and notice that when I'm bent over, I want to brace from the abdominals. So make sure once again that I'm not compensating in the lower back. Second exercise we're going to take the band and have 2 strands in each hand, and we're going to do an over and back. You start with the hands out in front, just outside of shoulder width. I'll show you from behind. We're going to start with the arms out, go back, over to here, slow, come back forward. Again, from the front position, go up and over. Think about moving from the scapula. Third exercise we're going to take the band and we're going to anchor it right below the rib cage, utilizing the SuperFlex wall station. If you don't have one of these things are a great investment for any training facility. If you don't have one of these, you can use the door attachment. Just make sure that it's right about where the rib cage is. We're going to loop the band around. We're going to do what is called a scapular retraction. Take the arm through on one side, take it through on the other side. Doesn't matter which hand we start with. Behind the back, we're going to do an equal number of reps on each side. I'm going to do a couple of reps with each hand back. Take it in the small of the back. Let the band pull the shoulders forward, and again, without compensating in the lower back, we're retracting the scapula. Take it back, hold it for a 2 count. We're going to do a series of reps with one hand back and then switch it over with the other hand on top and do the same exercise. Again, watch out compensating with the lower back. Keep this very specific into the scapular region. Next exercise, we're going to take the band and attach it a little bit higher up so that we've got an angle coming slightly downwards. And we're going to do a face pull exercise. Start with the palms down and lead with the elbows. We want the elbows high. Hold for a 2 count at the finish. Once again, watch out for the lower back compensating here. If you tend to have a tendency to go here, just take 1 foot back, elbows high all the way through. Okay, next up, we're going to go down to the number 2 FT band, which is green. And again, we're going to hook it mid-range. And we're going to do a modified version of a PNF pattern. A conventional PNF pattern will have you going down at an angle across and up. We're going to modify it slightly because we're using the resistance band. And we're going to go in this pattern here. Notice the thumb up on the upside, the thumb rotates down on the downside. So we're going back and forth, equal number on each side up. Keep the tempo slow and deliberate. Make sure that every rep is identical. And again, watch out for the lower back compensating. Next up, we're going to do an overhead squat with, again, the number 2 band. We're going to take it down low again. Make sure the thumbs rotate back. Slow descent down into the squat, back up to the top. So again, we're going into shoulder flexion, overhead squat. Next up, same position with the band, and we're going to do a version of an RDL. Now the concentration or the focus on this is to make sure that we've got shoulder extension all the way through. So we activate the lats. Imagine you've got a bar in your hands. Activate the lats, push the hips back into a hip hinge, hold for a count, back up to the top, sustain the tension in the lats all the way through. So once again, we've got shoulder extension all the way. The final exercise in this phase is we're going to do a reverse lunge with one arm into flexion, one shoulder into flexion, one shoulder will be into extension. Whatever side is forward, leg forward, we're going to go into flexion. There'll be extension on the opposite side. It looks like this. Then we switch, alternating back and forth, equal number on each side. Well, that's phase one. We'll come back and hit phase two.